Alright guys, welcome to a new episode. I'm sorry for the not frequent uploading. I've been to Thailand traveling with my partner and my parents. It was a great time, but I got sick after, and in Thailand it was very hard to record videos. Like, we're traveling a lot. My parents would like to see many temples, so I had to postpone it a little bit, but we're back on track. I'm still sick. My throat is still kind of funky, so if I have a cracky voice, my apologies. Who doesn't know me? My name's Robin. We're building in this series the Bali Handbook. My partner is an influencer, and we basically do a staycation every weekend. And I was like, why not just store this information also in a website where we guide people that are traveling Bali? Hence the name Bali Handbook. So far, we built out our most important pages. We have a stays directory where we can register all the stays. We have the same for dining. We still need to do the same for experiences and wellness. We'll do this later. What I want to focus on today, I kind of got out of the project, but what we're going to do today. So for this stays, everything is functional except for the room and suites. So basically what I want to check today is like, why is it not working? How can we solve it? And then I think we can close the chapter of the stays for now. Later I want to add more types of review, and we need to add some video content, because for every stay we're going to make a TikTok, an Instagram reel, a YouTube short, and a YouTube video. So I want to be able to embed this. But for now, I just want to make sure that we can add the room and suite, so we can add all the different types there. And then in the meantime, my partner is fetching all the stays that we did, so we can start adding them to the platform. The same as what I'm going to do today with my assistant is we have all those location pages. We need content for it. So I'm going to ask him to find nice pictures for every area. And then also, I can show you the Ubud one, to already start highlighting some stuff. In the future, for SEO purposes, for highlights, this is just going to be internal links to pages that we have. So let's say we visit Sacred Monkey Forest. I want an internal link for this for SEO purposes. We get deeper into that, but for now I just want to make sure that we have some content so that whenever we push the website live to Google, it's all there. And then also we still need to fix those, because the places is right, but where to eat is not, because this is not a restaurant. All right, let's get into the episode. Again, apologies for the not frequently uploading. We're going to be back on schedule right now, so I hope you enjoyed this content. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comment. If you want to support me, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And yeah, let's get to it. So for whoever is new here, we have our dashboard under the login section. So whoever is new here, we have our admin dashboard where we store all the information. So this is connected to Supabase. Actually, I got a few questions about Supabase, so maybe if you guys are interested, I'll just make a more in-depth, as far as I know, right? This is all new for me. Like, I've been playing around with it for like a month now, but I have some things that I run into, and maybe it can save you a lot of time. Let me zoom in as well again. So I think for the room types, we had a table. Yeah, so we have an ID, we have a stay ID, we have stay ID is connected to the stay. So let me show you this again. We have the main listings. So maybe I should draw this for people new. So we have a listings table. I'll make it black. Let me just do it small. So we have listings, which is any listing. So that can be stays, dining, wellness, everything. So this is stays, all the listings. Then what we have is a stays table, which is every stay. So whenever you're in the website, this is all in the stays table. And you can see it here as well. So we have, let me see, stays. Yeah, so the stays table is connected to the listing. And then in the stays table, we have a room types, which is then connected to the stays, and stays is connected to the listing. So it's all connected to each other. And that's how we, so this is types. So basically, this is all generic information, like the name, the location, whatever, the URL. And here we go more specific information about this specific stay, because in a hotel, we have different information than with a restaurant, for example. So we split this. And the same with the room types. We split this as well because it has quite specific information. So as we can see in the room types, there's no row, but we did add it before. So how this works is if we go to listings, stays, we have one stay, we can edit it. And then we have rooms. So let's see what happens now. So deluxe suite, test. Suitable for couples. Water, not included, water. Let's just do this as a test. Okay, added successfully. Okay, now it's actually there. So we're gonna check the database. Okay, this is working now. I don't know why it got deleted. I think it has to do something with the images. Okay, this is an image from another project I'm doing, but that's fine. Let's just upload it and save. Because I think the image doesn't get stored. So the image doesn't work. Let's do a second one. Deluxe 2, test. Test, test, test. Okay, so if I add a second one, it's not storing it. So now also I think the image is gone. I think what for this one we did, in Supabase you can go to storage, and I think we created a bucket for room images. Even the last image that I uploaded is not there. Oh yeah, it is there, okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, we're gonna open Cursor. Cursor is our code editor. And I'm gonna say, thinking, so it's 3.7. Okay, so I use Super Whisper, for who doesn't know. So I can use my microphone to talk and it will convert it to text, so I don't have to type everything. In my feature for the room types, so we have a table called room types that's connected to the stays table, and the stays table is connected to the listings table. So in the admin dashboard, we have a tab in the edit stay page for room types. Now, when I add an image, it's not showing in the front end. It's also not saving the suitable for, the included, and the not included. Also, if I add a second room type, it's not being stored properly in the database. Can you please analyze what's going wrong and use the MCP to check the database structure? And from there on, give first recommendations before you implement something. After your recommendation, I will check if it's correct, and then from there on, we can start implementing it. So basically, I'm saying that first give me the recommendation, because what I noticed with AI code editors is that sometimes they just start pushing changes and it breaks your whole code. Not a big fan of that. So what I'm also going to do is edit stay. So this is the page for the edit stay. Make sure to use the MCP of the travel directory project. I think I have 3 Supabase projects, so just to make sure that it will use the right project. Usually it always detects it anyway. So for some reason, like I think they don't call it YOLO mode anymore, but Sup Cursor has this mode where it just start doing all the changes by itself. Just with the MCP, you always have to press through. So I'm not sure why it cannot just do that itself. But again, like I think we're very lucky to live in a time where most of those things are automated, and we just have to use our brain and connect the dots and ask the AI to do it. Although I have to say, like, this project is quite smooth. With my other project, I'm trying to update from Next.js 14 to Next.js 15 and from Supabase Auth Helper, because when I built the project, I didn't know there was Supabase SSR, just basically the whole authentication system. And it's a headache. Like, I'm not a developer, and it's very hard for me to figure out how to actually properly update this whole project to this new version of Supabase. So I've been playing around with it yesterday the whole day, and still it didn't work. So structured in the form data room types, and how to transform for submission room types to room type. Do we have this in the database? Let's see our database structure. So we have implement tab for room types. Add a dedicated tab in the stay form for matching room types. Using the room type form components tab should be this one. We do have a tab though. What's the name again? It's called rooms. Please check that again before implementing other changes. Okay, so now it's detecting that the file's actually there. So this is the room section. Now it's checking the submission logic. Okay, so it's saying there is a room tab. It correctly used the room tab form, so the form that we use to store the data. It's not properly connected to the room tab form, so it's missing the output for the suitable for included, not included, and also the images, I think. So it's saying connect room type form to form data, fixed room types, data flow, suitable for include and not are not being saved, and problem with multiple room types are likely to disconnect. So I told it not to make any changes yet, but it started making changes. Also, for next episodes, so once this is working, if you guys have any feature that you're like, hey, this will be actually beneficial, or even if it's not beneficial for the website, but you're like, hey, this will be actually fun to learn how to do this, please let me know. I'm happy to experiment. The most important thing for me now is get the website live, get the content live. I need to figure out how Instagram and TikTok works. I'll do this with my partner, but I think this is, to start with, for the website, a very easy way to generate traffic. Like, just make nice content about the properties, route the traffic to the website, have them click on our affiliate links and probably make money. But just to send traffic to the website is a really good start. So, but if you're like, hey, why don't you just build this so people can navigate their stay in Bali, or they schedule their trip, or like book things, like just let me know. Happy to. That's actually way more fun for me than writing content and stuff. It has to be done as well. So, but I'm thinking actually to whenever we stay somewhere to just record myself saying the review, then transcribe it to content, and then maybe have an editor make the content. So it's still my opinion and my partner's opinion. We just have someone else fine tuning it, because I'm not a great content writer. For all my other companies, I have writers. So I'm gonna let this run. Whenever it's done, I'll get back to you guys. Okay, I think it's done. Did it actually make those changes? I think so, right? Okay, so image upload process. So you implemented all changes and it should be working as expected right now. Okay, cool. Also, I'm curious, which model are you guys using? Like for me, it's really on and off. With those kind of things, I usually use Thinking 3.7. If it's just small changes, I use 3.5. But also, I feel like sometimes Gemini Pro is amazing and sometimes it's just horrible. Like it really depends. I don't know if it's the server load, like many people using it. It's just sometimes it's all working very smooth and the other day it's just a nightmare. Oh, wait, now on type. Okay, wait. Okay, now the issue with the best suitable and whatever field in the form, whenever I type it automatically save. I only want it to save once I press the save changes button. Please make those changes. As you can see here, maybe I need to make it bigger for you guys. So if I type here, I get the notification that it's updated, but I don't want it to update on every keyboard press that I do. So, okay, this should be done. Whatever, I don't know why there's a new button. Okay, this seems to work. Okay, so I can add one room type. Let's check in the front end. Okay, this works. This is in dollar. Maybe we should just handle all the prices in USD or euro. Okay, so I'm not sure if we can see. Okay, so when I add one room, it's working. When I try to add a second room, I get this error. Can you please analyze why I cannot two rooms for a specific property? Because every property usually have different room types. So I just want to figure out why I cannot add two different room types. And we copy this error. I'll let it analyze, fix it, and then we go through it together. Okay, so it's saying error occurs in client room services. So a numeric field over the most likely culprit is the price field. When you're adding a second room type, the price value might be exceeding what the database can handle. Price being parsed incorrectly. Well, let's just see if this does the job. ads. Just the images disappear. Okay, this is all working, but when I add 2 rooms and then press the Save Changes button, the images disappear. So I think also the information for suitable for. So there's a Save Changes button in the complete form, and I think this is not including the images and the suitable for included and not included data. Can you please check this? So I think what I just did, I think if we have one room type, it's not even here anymore, but we used to have a button here. So I think this button, if we now check here, this stores the information. But I think what's happening if we press this Save Changes, refresh. See, I think this Save Changes just overrides this data and then it doesn't include fields that we had before. Okay, so it was not fetching all the right information. So let's see if it's working now. No, still no. Think the new save button does store, but the main button of the complete form doesn't include. When I store it with the new button in the room form, it does store. I think we're missing database type inputs. Please check. Because again, if I do this, it does save. So, and it will be a solution, right? I can just say like, okay, hey, I'm just gonna save this. Now we have 2 rooms and they show here happy life. But if I have someone helping me with the website or my partner and then it keeps messing up like this, let's refresh. No, still no. Maybe I can just do this. Check if all the fields are included in. I'm gonna let this run and whenever it's done, I'll get back to you. Like, I don't think it's that interesting. I think it's just a few times prompting and then it will get it right. If you guys have any tips for me on how to better prompt this, because I think it's missing the information and that's why it's not getting stored. Shouldn't be that difficult, but for some reason it is. Okay, so it's saying that it's done now. Maybe just add a console log, what happens if we press the stays form, and also how the data is loaded. I think there's also some console log already, but I think it's part of the main form, so the stay form, not room type form. So if you can please check this and add a console log, and then we can debug it, because still it's not working. Okay, log when the function starts and say ID, room types. Okay, so let's see. Put this to responsive. Maybe I need to zoom out a little bit. Okay, we go to console, and then let's say we maybe it's also in cursor, right? No. I don't understand. It says there's 8 images, so it's pulling all the images, right? Just don't understand why it doesn't show. Oh wait, this is the one. This is the one that we need. I think for the last one, this is exactly what I said the whole time. That probably those fields are not included. So how should I say this? It's not included in the database insert. Okay, for next time we know, guys. So let's zoom in for you guys. Okay, so this is updated. Let's do this one too. Refresh. There we go. All right. All right. Then what I'm gonna do, remove all the console log. It's working now. And then I think this is today's episode. So for me now, I need to add a lot of data to the platform so we can start testing different functionalities like recommended spaces in Ubud or different areas. We can create the location pages, and then from there onwards, it's just adding a lot of listings and start testing what's working, what's not. And then soon, I think we can push the website live. Thank you so much for watching. I need to get back into the project because of the being offline for like 1 or 2 weeks even. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, please leave a comment, subscribe below. My goal is to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I'm also gonna do more dedicated content where I just make like a 10-minute episode on doing specific things. Can be marketing, SEO, can be development. Yeah, if you have any questions or if you want me to dive deep into a specific topic, let me know, and see you in tomorrow's episode. Cheers.